Look, my other piece of advice here is that don't get too fired up about the Truth Social and President Trump ranting and venting about this. And let me tell you why. It's that President Donald Trump went through an entire first term. He went through an entire term where people were constantly turning on him for fake stuff, constantly turning on him. And so he says, wait a second, like, he basically thinking, he knew Jeffrey Epstein. He got in a big fight with Jeffrey Epstein. He kicked him out of his club. He's mistrustful of all of these different elements here. At the same time, the message that I want the president to hear, both privately and publicly, is that you in the grassroots, the emphasis and the focus on this is, you know, partly because of all the kind of back and forth of, you know, is it up, is it down? Also, you know, PTSD, you know, post-traumatic stress disorder, I guess you could call it. But I think part of this is just a messaging misunderstanding. Again, emails are flooding in right now, supportive of the way that we are articulating it. And that's where John Solomon says we're going to get a special prosecutor on this. I think it's phenomenal. What I'm going to say to the president, you know, if I see him soon or if we talk on the phone, or I'll say this the same thing on the show, there's no like private agenda here, is that, Mr. President, the emphasis on Epstein is truly the best intentions of your most loyal followers. Where we're not trying to score points with the CNNs or the New York Times. It's truly because we care about you. It's because we want what's best for the presidency. And one of the core campaign promises that I know that you are pushing forward is that you want to dismantle the deep state. We are messengers here. We are relaying what we are hearing from your most loyal ultra MAGA supporters all the time. And it's not that people are saying, you know, they want to learn about Epstein because they have any suspicion of President Trump. No. We don't think, no one thinks you're involved in any way of that stuff whatsoever. But the way that you taught us is that we need to go after the rogue intel agencies to lance the boil that has been festering in this country for decades. And by an act of God and by your courage and by what the president has been able to do, and you just happen to be president, we are your students in dismantling the deep state. And this cancer has been festering in this country for decades. So the boil is the intelligence community. The boil is James Comey is involved in all of this stuff. James Comey's daughter is the prosecutor.
Keep that in mind. It's things like that that I pay attention to. Okay? Keep that in mind. James Comey's daughter is the prosecutor in this whole thing. Just keep that. These type of things matter. Out of all the prosecutors in the world, this is who they pick. This is why my antennas go up. Like, I don't just jump on a bandwagon. I ask questions and I want to have real conversations with real people. If you are one of these robotic MAGA humanoids who will meet ride Trump no matter what and not ask any questions, you and I, we can't be friends. We got to ask questions and get answers. But we aren't asking questions. We're not asking questions for the sake of breaking up what we've worked on so far. No, that's pointless. That's stupid. We're also not asking questions so we can be on the side of the Democratic Party or the left or the fake progressives and all that other stuff. No, we're supposed to be the free thinkers here. We're supposed to be the ones that want answers. We want stones to be turned over, not for any stone to be unturned. You know what I mean?
On the Ghislaine Maxwell case, you think of all the prosecutors that could have been chosen in the federal government. Maureen Comey, I think that's her name, was chosen as the prosecutor on the Maxwell case. Come on. And the Diddy case. And look, my one piece that I would say to the president privately as well is have an understanding of your supporters and your followers here, and know that they're not trying to take you out.
All right. So that's the thing. So President Trump is paranoid right now. He's gone through a lot. Clearly, we know that. But People want answers. These young people that are currently involved in politics, they want answers. We're the old heads. If you're above 30, you're one of the old heads I'm talking about. That's it. I'm not saying that you're 80 and 90 or anything like that. If you are above 30 years old, you are one of the old heads. You are unk. You are auntie. You are OG at this point. And you have to be armed with the truth. If we ever decide to close our eyes and turn away from it, simply because somebody says close your eyes and turn away from it, then you are a fool. If it's not biblical and you decide to daggone listen to it, you are a fool. You're an idiot. Nobody said get on the Candace tip and start doing all this superhuman research and trying to figure out the times that he was in his cell and the time that and on the camera nobody rushed to his help, nobody rushed to his aid. There's no security or no officers rushing to his cell when they found out that he was unalived or any of that, or how long of a time that they put these cameras together, they put this footage together in order to sell us a narrative that they wanted us to push. Nah. You ain't got to do all that research. Let them do that. Let Candace do that. And then go to Candace's channel and you check out all of the research that she put together and listen to it objectively. I do realize that Candace is really pushing the issue. I do realize that a lot of you don't believe that she's genuine about it, that she's doing it for $1, or that she just want to be involved on her level so she can cause mischief, whatever the case may be. I don't know Candace like that in order to make that assumption. I will say this. She is cooking. She is cooking. I went over to Candace Owens' channel and I looked at her live streams. Every single one of them got more than 1 million views. I'm talking about 1.2, 1.5, 1.7. They are cooking. She's the go-to. But y'all got to understand too, she's a content creator. This is what she do. This is her bread and butter. Leave her the hell alone. Okay? She's going to report whatever she wants to report. And plus, the name of the game, if you're a content creator, is giving your community what they want. The person that serves their community the best are the people who are the most successful. Period, point, and blank. All right? Charlie Kirk, he's doing a good job too. The reason why I say Charlie Kirk is doing a good job is because once I saw somebody, I think it was Scumdog. Scumdog pulled up, one of my members. Scumdog pulled up and he said, I believe it was Scumdog. He said, if Trump says that he no longer wants my support, then I will oblige. I'm not going to give him my support. I'm not going to do. Okay, slow down, Scumdog. Slow down. All right? Slow down. Because just because everyone's talking about these Epstein files, everyone's talking about Pam Bondi's role and the promises she made and the fact that she didn't have anything on her desk when she said she did. Who freaking cares? Let's move on from that because we got to look at all the things she actually did. She did way more than that. And this right here is it's a bump in the road. It really is. They're going to get back to it when they get back to it. But Trump is clearly pissed off. He's pissed off. Not at you voters. He's not pissed off at you voters. He's pissed off at people that constantly try to push the issue and create turmoil where there isn't. And he wants them to focus on something else. Also, he is playing the media. Even this right here, him saying that you guys are weaklings. He definitely not talking about me. I ain't no damn weakling. And he's saying that he don't want your support. And he's saying that everyone's going to the side of Democrats, helping them out. And they've been pushing these hoaxes. Okay, I hold him to account for a couple of things. For one, back in 2019, up until February 2025, Trump has not been calling this a hoax, but he also has not been 10 toes in. He's been on record saying that he will release the files because people always ask him the question. But when he is on at his rallies speaking, he don't voluntarily bring up no Epstein files. He don't volunteer that information. He don't say, if you vote for me, then we're going to open up these files. No, he don't do that. Usually when he's having a conversation with somebody and they're interviewing him, they ask him about it and he will oblige. He will say, yeah, you know what? When I become president, If there's files to open, if there's information to put out there, I'm going to put that information out there. That's it. That's it. But he did go in on his supporters who want to continue to push this issue. And if you're calling me a weakling, I'm going to cuss you out. I don't care who you are. I'm just saying, I'm going to cuss you out. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.